Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today we got Kim and Stacy together as we travel back to the Ozarks with season 4, episode 4. We said top story will be Darlene. Darlene caught a body. This is not her first. I'm sure it would not be her last. With no hesitation, said soon-to-be blackmailer is now dead as fuck. Yeah. So how do we feel about that? Kim, what was your reaction?
Darlene is batshit crazy, but you know what? I mean, she's hard to look at, but I love her. She's got balls, like she's got huge balls. I'm like, what is she doing? She doesn't take any BS from anybody, which is great, but also it's reckless because she didn't even realize how she affected Wyatt. Like this boy was like, he was in shock. I was like, oh my, I felt bad for him because he's not used to this stuff. He's just not right in front of him. Like he's heard of stuff, but it was right there. His mouth was open. Like
Ruth murdered his dad. It wasn't in front of him. It wasn't in front of him.
And he cried. Remember, he was crying about
that's
that.
His dad. I mean, I get that, but I'm like,
he's never seen it up close
like that
in his face like that.
In HD.
So that was a lot, but he was over it really quickly the next morning. I was like, little whipped are you?
Was he though? He just needed a place to live. So it's like priorities, right?
He's got a place to live. Like, I mean, his sister owns a hotel and she still has a trailer and she's got like money. She could put him up if she needed to. Okay.
I don't know. Stacey, what you think of Darlene?
Darlene is Darlene. Yeah, I watched the whole series, so I'm not going to say too much, but yeah.
Stacy cheated.
I couldn't wait another week, dude.
I know.
It's too much.
I had to turn it off.
She should invest in an incinerator, like with the bodies piling up on her property. Like, who got time to dig holes and bury people where bones can be found? Unless they got some type of rods in their body, just burn them up.
Well, then you gotta call snow. We can't have the snow. That's what, the snow. The body turns into ash, which falls on the fucking cars, and then people
like
study
Dexter.
ash and then figure out that, oh, my family member must have been killed because I saw ash on my car. Yeah. Oh,
that was dumb.
But to this, Darlene is that OG. She looked at Ruth and Wyatt and said, "Here's the shovel. I'm gonna be in the bed. Y'all work this shit out."
He's gonna go feed Zeke and put Zeke to bed, and y'all handle the dirt.
He's like, he's gonna grow up to be a basketball player. He's about 5 years old, but we tell him he's one.
Wow.
I loved it. But why he was shook? He was shook. He has to.
Why did he sleep on top of the trailer?
That's his thing, though. Like, I think he did that like in season 1, season 2. Like,
that's his thing. Yeah, when he was a kid. Yeah.
Is it not cold outside?
I mean, he had a very dysfunctional household. I mean, he probably just got comfortable, and therefore he's like, and when that's his happy place when like your father's murdered by your cousin and shit, and you like let me go sleep on the roof to get my head right.
You have an abusive household. Period.
Yeah,
it's a hideaway, somewhere to hide. You're still on the land, but you're hiding from people.
Yeah.
What is that? Didn't he have a brother? Or am I crazy? Didn't season 1? Didn't he have another?
She killed both of them because they both tried to go kill Marty.
Okay, all right.
She executed both of them.
Okay.
And that's why she said Ruth took it upon herself to like kind of take care of Wyatt. After that. What does it say to Darlene that her young baby boo was like, yeah, I gotta spend the night somewhere else because your ass is crazy. Just murdered somebody. That's
Does he know what happened to her husband?
Huh?
Does he know what happened to her husband?
I don't think so. Because anywhere in the world, I'd be sleeping next to that woman after that. I'm pretty sure he had no clue about how said husband went from point A to point B. But just like Keisha was like, so what happened to Holly? He's like, let's not talk about that, baby. Let's just say, don't fuck with my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some things you don't do. But they still get involved in these situations, and then things go awry. But why she have to do it? That's because Ruth was hanging out with the chef Jason, if I do believe. He overdosed. Said
Carrie.
Huh?
Carrie Stone.
Yeah, Carrie Stone is his name.
All right. So Carrie Stone was out there hanging out. Yeah, he got too high on her supply. Fell down.
This was turning into Pulp Fiction at first. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, but why was he doing the heroin like that?
Yeah.
Like it was just back to back. I'm not a drug addict. I don't know how it works. But in the movies that I've seen, shouldn't you like pace it? Like this is heroin. Just
a little bit. I didn't know you could snort heroin. Like I thought that was like
I didn't either, but I guess because it's so pure, you can actually snort it.
And it can bust your heart because it's pure. Like literally bust your heart open.
So I didn't know that, but this ain't his first time. So I'm confused on how he just started going on a bender like this at the casino. Like that didn't make a lot of sense to me. I did like
when he lived there, used to be a drug, like when he lived in Missouri or whatever, wherever they were at. I think he was a drug addict during his youth. And then now, if it comes back into your life,
well, I mean, he's a constant user. I mean, he made Ruth use, and then he was trying to give her alcohol. So I thought he was gonna be like, "Oh, you give me this ass." Like that's how this relationship worked. Like I thought that's what this was going. Like I was worried for Ruth that she was gonna like start drinking and shit, especially when she saw Wendy on TV and she brought up Ben again, that lousy bitch. And I thought she was gonna be like, "Give me a double shot or something," and she was gonna like, try to drown her sorrows. And the chef was gonna be like, "Here's some more penis," and she's like, "I don't want penis." And then maybe like she kills him. That's what I thought. Anyway, true Pulp Fiction, Stacey, as you pointed out. I thought she was gonna hit him with the heart and be like, "Give me the marker. I need the marker." And be like, "Boop." He's like,
it doesn't work that quickly. Like
it's TV. I don't mess around with such things. But let's just say it looked realistic. But anyway, chauffeur was like, "So I saw possible overdose and I had to lie to the cops, so I need an extra paycheck." And Darlene was like, "No, you need a bullet. That's what you need." So
his name was Brinkley Simmons.
Thank you. See, that's Crossroads. Hope he don't have a family. Like she really should have thought about, does he have family, friends that may come looking for him besides this?
Looking.
Apparently the sheriff was like, "Hey, excuse me, have you seen what happened to the driver?" And Ruth was like, "I don't know shit about fuck." I think that's what she said one time.
He always says like the weirdest cuss words together. It's like, what?
I remember she was like, "I don't know shit about fuck." I was like, what? Like who wrote that? I was like, oh, but she got to the club, right? And like even Marty was like, "Look, we're gonna let you slide in here, but the high rollers." And then Wendy was like, "I told you about that bitch. Did I tell you?"
She did.
And now Wendy snitching.
Why is Charlotte working at the casino? Because she's 17.
As we saw her driving her brother up to school.
Wow. Yeah, I was going to ask y'all about that because when Jonah said to her, this is important, like you need to come in and do your preps. I was like, wait, she's still in school. I didn't know that. I thought she was 18 now. And this is why she works with the parents. So yeah, her parents are, how come nobody is shutting them down?
Don't even get
they
that.
Don't even care. Like she's a child still.
Don't even, she's in charge. Yeah. Before, grown ass fucking Jonah is like, I thought he's gonna be like, "I'm taking my SATs because I'm 25 years old and still in high school." So
I know, right? Just gonna hack a SAT board and just implant his score into the system.
Fucking war games. He's gonna be like, "I just changed my grade. I got straight A's for the next 5 years." So like, that's not even a thing. I still did it. What's up? How's it going? But anyway, so let's kind of get back to Wendy's trifling ass. So she's up there. Now she trifling. Like the way she using Ben, even Marty was like, "That's real fucked up." Like he was like, "You need to stop doing that shit."
I didn't realize that he wasn't a drug addict. He was just crazy.
Me either. I forgot.
I actually for a second forgot that. I was like, maybe he was. Maybe he was a drug addict, and that's why he was crazy. But then when the dad was like, no, John Boy was like, no. I was like, You go, John Boy.
Hey, John, it's been a while, bro. We haven't seen since that Amazon show. What? He was in that Amazon show that we watched. That shit was wild.
Show.
Ah, fuck. Something about lies or something. You know what I'm talking about? Like he was like molesting girls and like trying to inject them some crazy shit.
Oh! I know what show you're talking about. I do. I just can't
remember Stacey. We reviewed that wild shit. Like it was him and his wife, and they ran the orphanage. And then old girl came from out of town and like kind of broke the case or whatever. And like he was like
the one with the serial killer.
Yeah, that bullshit with the hook or whatever. And I was like, what the anyway.
Wasn't that like Robbie, the chick from American Horror Story was in it?
Yes.
Yeah, her with the blonde hair.
Yes.
Yeah. And she was in the witch one too, the Coven, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. But anyway, my point is John Boy is apparently Wendy's daddy. Clearly that relationship ain't good. She ripped a regular phone off the wall.
I haven't seen a phone like that in forever.
That's what I'm like.
Me either. Like,
who the fuck has regular phones anymore? Like it's 2021. This don't make sense. Like, what are you doing with a home phone that you answer? Like someone calls you.
But that kind of phone too. Like most people have cordless phones.
Yes.
That thing was on the wall. And it had the push buttons.
Cord and shit. I was like, I mean, I know Buddy was old as fuck, but you would have thought he would have upgraded to the cordless phones, man.
No, he wouldn't. No, that character would not.
But like,
now it's old. Like,
but now it's their house. Like, you would think they would be like, let's get some cordless phone in the event someone calls our home phone. Like, why would Dad have the home phone and not his daughter's cell phone?
He probably looked her up in the white pages. That's the only number he had.
I was like, she was like, why are you doing this to my son? I was like, oh shit,
There's something about that dad. I think that dad was probably abusive.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe verbally, maybe sexually. There's something going on, clearly. But two, Stacey's like, I watched it. I was like, your face is saying a lot, but
no.
It's whatever. She's
not even giving facial cues. She's just like straight. Yeah.
Like, poker is not for you. Well, what I'm saying, I'm just
very good at poker. Actually,
I was like, but no, it was interesting. Like clearly, there's a story to be told. But Marty has been consistent with the whole like, shut your fucking mouth because like this Ben thing could get us in trouble. And now that the fucking detective is all of a sudden said, fuck Helen, I need to figure out what's going on with the birds. I'm like, what?
The missing brother.
Yeah, he's annoying and he's an unnecessary character. I'm sorry, Stacey. Go ahead.
Why does he care?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who's paying him to look into this shit? Like, said ex-husband should be paying him to find Helen and only Helen. Like he should be breaking into the fucking police station to get her. Oh, I'm sorry, they haven't found her body yet. Never mind. So I was gonna
where is she? Is she in Mexico?
Her dead body's in Mexico. Yeah. She ain't coming back. He should have talked to the daughter to be like, I just got shook down by fucking Charlotte. She was like, you ain't about this life, but I am. But I know what would happen to your mama, but I don't. And like that's the kind of information he should be having. That would make him maybe say, I need to figure out what's going on with the birds. Like we're not seeing the connection of why all of a sudden he's up the bird's ass. Like,
but I think the connection is because he saw Jonah on that video and he never forgot that. So that's why he's still investigating everything about his family because that's the tie. He's like, what's up? Why would Jonah come to the house? He's got a shotgun. Now Helen has disappeared. The parents are acting like they don't know anything about this. So that's where the tie is. So he's like, I got to figure out what's going on with these parents in order to figure out what happened to Helen. That's where the tie is.
He should be trying to figure out what's going on with Jonah and following him. But
you got to go through the parents before you get to Jonah because the parents are suspicious. Like when he came to them and was talking to them, they were pretty much kind of like, kind of like, get the fuck out of here.
Busted up into my house on my property while we're trying to eat. Anyway, Wendy, I like how Wendy was able to flip this thing around, like she's helping Shaw with her company. Like, we're such a solid and competent foundation that people trust us that we're allowing these dirty pharmaceutical people to clean themselves by giving us money. and we're gonna give them a shot, and you should too, because I'm Wendy Bird and you trust me. Who the fuck are you, Wendy Bird? Like, nobody knows you. You just started this bullshit foundation. Like, no one knows you. To be giving you this kind of street credit.
They don't know that nobody knows them. Like, it's politics. People just come out and they just be like, hi, I'm here and I've been here for 20 years and nobody knew who the fuck Obama was.
But I mean, for Obama to be like, stand by so-and-so because I said, I'm somebody. I'm like, who the fuck are you, Wendy? Besides a woman who claims her brother is out there just getting high on meth all day, opioids all day.
She looks trustworthy and she talks like she knows what she's talking about.
And she's a white woman. Okay, let's just put it out there. She's a
I don't make it about race. Oh my God.
It's true. It's true. People trust blonde-headed white women. They just do. Period.
All right, Chris. I appreciate that.
Okay. Call me Chris. I don't care. It's reality.
But it's just interesting. Again, she uses her weapon, which is, her words. Like, she can manipulate situations. Like, and she pulls out that fucking Ben card, like, whenever she got to be like, so yeah, someone got high at our casino, and you could shut us down, but Ben, that poor guy.
All the people we employ in this small hick town, where else were they gonna go work?
With the mob at the trucking store. Like, but to the point of whiteness, if we're gonna bring it up, what I really like about this show is they remind people that there are poor white people. Like, I do appreciate that, because we watch a lot of shows written by Black people that make it very clear white people don't have problems. They got money, they got privilege, they just born and shit just comes to them. Huh?
Good credit.
Good credit, no matter what. Like Ruth, Wyatt, fucking Darlene, they remind white people that white people cannot be shit. You know what I'm saying? And don't know and can't get away from shit. Because Ruth is like, I was born into shit and I can't get out of shit. Like, she's like, this is what I am. She was like, Marty, what did you think when you saw me? White trash. I mean, you were very creative. And she's like, you didn't think I was shit.
You stole our money. Like, what the hell?
You were a thief. And she's like,
and then she called the other little girl out for thieving.
That was cute. See, that's how the story's coming full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the fuck that girl is. I've never seen her before, but I was like,
it just showed that she actually has employees.
There you go. All right. So where's the customers though? Like, who these people? Who
we saw Jonah. We saw Carrie. Who else came to stay there? Didn't the PI come stay there?
No, he was stalking. He was staking out Jonah and then he saw Darlene.
Okay.
But whoever coupled that, this random character Rob, we have no idea who that is. But anyway, it does show that she's trying to be a manager of sorts of things.
And then she needed to hire somebody.
Why did she hire him?
Because he's too stupid to realize what the fuck is happening.
I know, but he is in debt, like up to his ears. So if he finds that money, he's gonna take that money. And
that's
Darlene's gonna shoot him in the face.
And that's where it's at. Like, when I saw that wall of money, I said Power Book 1, Season 2, I think, when Ghost was like, shit, what we gonna do with all this money? Damn it.
Speaking of which, whatever happened to that FBI dude?
Oh, the black dude?
Mm-hmm.
He's still on suspension.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
he's off camera on suspension. He'll be back on camera. Probably.
The fact that you're asking that question, so Maya, who's on fucking paternity leave, thinks she can still come back and kick down doors, which I'm like, that don't make no kind of sense.
Okay, how was Javi able to just walk in and interview a prisoner?
Let's not.
Isn't Javi a lawyer?
No.
Huh? I thought he was.
I
thought he was a lawyer.
He's not.
I thought he was a lawyer, because didn't Omar say something about that? Like when they had a meeting one time?
He went to business school and he has a business degree. So the lawyer, he hired the lawyer for his people, for the guy who got arrested, and somehow he was able to come with him. It don't make no damn sense. But what makes even less more plot convenience was that perfect HD photo of Maya from body cam footage of her like what kind of Instagram is this shit? She was like hanging out, busted, hashtag putting them down. I was like, I'm dropping babies and dropping guns.
Right.
I'm still doing it. I'm
still
still
angels.
Cadney and Lacey, like, pachoo, pachoo. I was like, this is that bullshit. This is that bullshit.
She had a baby in her arm. Be like, yes, I can be a mother and a worker.
And a fucking FBI agent still taking them down because no one's gonna think it's suspicious that I just showed up to this gun run and no one knew about it but me, Angie Valdez. I'm like, motherfucker, like come on, bro, right? How the fuck did you know about this?
That's what Javi's trying to find out. He's like, well, how the hell did you find out?
How the fuck did she? Why was she there, Marty? I don't know, man. She's just part of the investigation. Eh? But then Javi said this is like the third or fourth time this shit's happened. And that's what I'm confused about. He said this is the third or fourth. So I'm like, has time lapsed, and there's been other times that that Marty has worked with Maya and Omar to take his own organization down, because we didn't see those other times.
Yeah, because it's kind of off camera. They're not. Yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, why is he saying that? Because it doesn't make sense. We're thinking it's the next day or maybe a week ago.
Yeah.
That.
I was like,
time must elapse, and they didn't tell us.
And Omar don't go, hey, bro, I can't be taking down all my shit, because one, it's gonna be like somebody's gonna start putting two and two together, especially if Maya's always there fucking with fucking Charlie's Angels, like always taking their stuff down. They're gonna be like, hey, Angie, how are you getting this information? I was like, damn it. It just, it just don't make those. Even if she wanted the collar, all she has to do, holding fucking little, what's this little boy's name? Weston? I'm sorry. Watson?
What little boy?
Her baby. What's Wilson? Is it Wilson? I feel like it's Wilson. Anyway, my point is, he got a name that's gonna get him a job. Let's do that. Let's say, hey, thank you, writers, that he's not Jamal Wilson. Or Jabari, some shit.
Hey, Jamals can't get jobs. Jamal is the legitimate name.
You see Jamal on the resume, you know who's about to walk through that door. All right, let's be real.
Aren't there like Middle Easterners named Jamal? Isn't that like an Arabic name?
It's not Ken. It's not Dana. I'm saying if I saw Jamal, I would be like, I'm prepared for whatever. I know what I expect to see. Okay. But anyway, my point is, she could have been holding little boy, just calling in tips with her mama and be like, hey, mom, I got to call in another tip but she don't have to be there. She didn't have to suit up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's going to look obvious.
It is Arabic. It means beauty.
Thank you. She couldn't name the child Mecca. I mean, it would have been fine. Maybe she must. We don't know.
And then the Brotherhood will be coming to Ozarks looking for him.
Wow.
Anyway, but Javi thinking. He's like, this shit ain't no fucking coincidence, bro. Like I think. So what's up, Marty? He's like, how do I supposed to know the inner workings of your business? He's like, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
We have a mold.
And I must take it down. I was like, so Javier's not like, I'm not going to deliver the drugs until I know what's going on. Why can't Omar just say, you ain't supposed to be part of this anyway? Like, I thought Omar was trying to keep him out of this.
Driving trucks?
Right? That's some low-level shit. So why is he driving the trucks in the first place?
Because that's what Omar wants him to do.
Yeah,
Omar's being a dick, and you know that. He's really fucking with Javi. Javi's gonna kill Omar. It's coming.
I feel, but again, Omar don't want Javi anywhere in this shit. He's the one that injected himself into this thing. So it's interesting. He's like, but he knows that the drugs is the center of this thing, right? So he's like, if I control the drugs, I control everything. So I thought that was interesting. And then Shaw, she hooked up to Wendy and told her some real truth, like your mouth is writing checks that your foundation can't cash. So I need my drugs on time and to standard, please.
Well, Marty took care of it.
Right? And we talked about that. I was like, why don't you just keep it in America? And like, that's awesome. And at the same time, fucking Ruth just lost her
Hello.
I've never seen his internet go out ever.
Mm-mm.
This is a first. It's usually me. Oh, Chris.
Internet always goes out. David.
No, he's gonna drop off in a minute, come back. But so do you I think well you already know, but Ruth is definitely gonna give Marty the drugs because they have to cover that debt that they owe to the pharmaceutical place. So I'm sure that's gonna happen. But I feel like Javi, his days are numbered. I really feel like Omar is gonna have to get rid of him. Or vice versa, Javi might get rid of Omar. That would be crazy.
Can they get rid of each other? And if so, how? Can they get rid of each other? And if so, how?
Yeah, that is. But that's the thing too. When I think about when I say that Omar will get rid of Javi, Omar kind of needs Javi because he's the eyes and ears out there, right? And then if you get rid of Omar, then you have the entire cartel on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
he's still the leader. He's still the Jefe.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't really. I don't know if Javi can kill Omar, just unless he stages like some type of coup or something.
Yeah. She's done. Hello?
David, you didn't pay your Verizon bill this month?
Look here, girl. I had to choose. All right.
Food or internet?
Food or internet. And I was like, the internet is here. I was like, what happened? And then so yeah. I don't know who had actually made it on camera. I was like, oh shit. Well, anyway, it looks like we're still connected to an extent. I don't know why they can't kill each other. I mean, Omar's in charge. I'm assuming that's what you guys talking about. Like, why can't Omar just kill Javi? Like it's besides plot convenience.
It would cost. He's the nephew. Well, who's the sister? Is the sister gonna have an issue or brother or sister? Is it gonna cause some type of family type of something? It seemed like he would like stage an accident or something.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't look like it's coming from them.
Yeah. I think and again we well I mean you finished it. Maybe you're just hypothesizing. I mean, because it just seems like again, if Omar at first episode was like Javi can't be around this, you know, he's a threat to me, and Wendy got to be like, you know what you need to do, baby, is kill this dude, and he's like, are we gonna be fucking? Because I'm just asking.
Wendy and Omar are the same people. You're muted.
Did you hear what Omar said to Wendy when Wendy was talking to him? And he said, are we going to be friends when this is pretty much all over? And Wendy was like, I don't know. Like, how do you answer that? Do I want to be friends with you? I mean, you could like kill me in my sleep, like, or just kill me, period. Yeah. Like, why would I want to be friends with you? But I think that he really has like, not feelings for her, but I think he's trying to get back to, remember when he used to talk to her?
He sees her. He sees that they're the same people.
Yeah, he sees her. He does.
They need to get done.
Yeah, and she's gonna do it.
He's like, I never had a white woman before. Like, I mean,
them good daggone kids. He's probably had some.
I was like, nah, they're all Latin. I'm pretty sure he's like, you know, I keep it in Mexico, but sometimes
white Mexicans.
Yeah, I'm saying, but he's like black Mexicans.
There's black or I mean dark skin. But I was saying, but just to be like,
no, they're black. They're actually black, and they live on the island, or like on their own island. Yeah, they're not allowed to be with the white ones. I'm telling you, it's in a documentary. I saw it.
Well, either who, I'm just saying, maybe he's like, I want a good American woman who speaks English. And he's like, yes, I can get this one. Also, she was flirting with him last season. Like there was some, she knew what she was doing.
Yep.
She knows what she needs to do to get shit done. That's what she did.
And she's like, and that's why Marty was like, so the political guy said, if you have sex with him, he implied that if you have sex with him, that he'll let us go. So y'all bucking, right? She's like, oh, I can't believe you say that. I was like, what? You give us the ass for free, not do it for a purpose. I mean, shit. Anyway, so yeah, well, let's see how this relationship develops. And how far does Marty really confront? He kind of mentioned it, but does he really kind of confront Wendy to be like, stop bringing up Ben? Like, this is not okay. You know, like, you're really messing things up. It was plot convenience that Wendy just happened to be there watching TV, like getting the drinks when that interview came on. I was like, I get it. But anyway, anything else for this episode? I know Stacey continued, but any notes for this particular episode?
Oh, I don't know if you noticed the intro, when it does the little crosses and the little symbols.
Yes.
Each of the symbols signifies something in the episode.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody told me that. I watched it on somebody else's recap, and I always forget about that part of it.
They do. It's hard. It's just too much work for me to figure out what all the symbols meant. And I was like, but yeah, I do. Like, they do change. Yeah, and I was like, I don't even fucking know. Let's just.
It's kind of like Dexter. Remember the blood started, it filled up new blood. Yeah, same thing.
And she used to do that, but they would flash the photos, but it would go so fast you can't really tell what's happening.
Yeah.
But the scene with Wendy snitching on Darlene and Ruth and Wyatt to the sheriff, I thought that was hilarious. Because Marty was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, Jonah works for them. You're going to get him locked up. And she was like, well, you know, if he does, so what? And it kind of reminded me of the flip side of Ghost and Tasha.
Yep. Yep. She's like, if I make it to Albany,
I need to go to jail.
He was like, if I get to Albany, I can get a military. That's not how that shit works in real life. But he was like, at least it makes more plausible sense, right? Like, he's 14. He's gonna go to a juvenile. He'll be out by 18. It's not that big of a deal. But it
wasn't murder as opposed to,
money laundering, international money.
I mean, it's not murder.
It's not murder, Stacey. It's still a felony. But I'll be like,
but it's a federal crime, and so he'll be in a cushy jail.
But somehow she thinks it's 150 million, which she does not have yet. This fucking son can somehow bought her some kind of street credit that she can just get her son out of jail being 1 or 2 days. Like, okay, Ghost. Like that's some Jane St. Patrick shit right there. To be like, that's not gonna stop Jonah. He'll figure out how to do it from jail. He'll get his butt phone and be like, I need to transfer X amount of Bitcoin to this thing.
Make a deal to work for the FBI. And he'll be one of their hacker laundering. He'll do the money traces.
Yeah.
Like white collar crime and shit. Yeah.
Because that's what Maya wanted Marty to do. Mm-hmm. And maybe once she finds out that Jonah is younger and better, she may be like, you know what, guys, I got a real asset. And he can take us into the future of money laundering. But yeah, it's clearly. So do you think she was right? Do you think Wendy was right trying to throw Ruth under the bus minus the whole Jonah situation?
I don't know, because they could blow back on them in some way. I don't know if that was necessarily the best thing to do.
I think now, Wendy is being a little emotional because about Jonah, and that is messing with her whole focus on everything she's doing. So yeah, if you put a spotlight on Ruth, you put a spotlight on everyone. So just pump your brakes. You see your son every single day. He is fine. We need to concentrate on keeping him alive and your entire family alive. That's what the concentration needs to be. Now, I mean, you should be worried about your son going to jail, but what about if all of you die? I mean, that should be the real concentration.
That's a bigger issue right there.
That's a bigger issue. So I think she is emotional. She's a mom. She's being like, and so she's not really focusing on what she should be. So I think she'll pump her brakes. Hopefully, in the next episode, she'll calm down.
And she's also still dealing with Ben's death and her involvement in it, and maybe this is her way of processing it, like bringing it up, like trying to justify it to an extent. But like she also sees Ruth as being, standing between her and her brother's ashes, as fucking Ruth is sitting up there having Sunday dinner, whatever, with the ashes, just staring at it and shit. I'm like,
but she's dealing with her grief too. Like she's grieving. So she's, they're all grieving. Like Jonah's grieving.
Definitely.
Charlotte, not so much. Charlotte doesn't
Sure.
seem like she was a fan of Uncle Ben, but but everybody else except for Marty. Marty's not really grieving, but everybody else is grieving this Ben's death. So
Marty is pragmatic. Like I think he's just like, we got shit to do. We got to get past this. And again, it wasn't like he didn't like Ben that much anyway. I mean, he didn't even want him in the house when he found out that he was out. So, and Charlotte, she's about that life. You know what I'm saying? She just committed to the cause. And saying we got to get from point A to point B, even though she's 17-year-old helping run a casino. I'm upset that Frank Jr. / Nicholas Tommy wasn't in here. I was hoping to see more him. Hopefully that will come in the next couple episodes.
You'll see him tomorrow.
I was like, either way, Tommy is coming back.
No Tommy in this series, though. He's definitely not Tommy.
He's not the Tommy. No.
The hair is even changed. Like, I'm so blown by the hair. Like the hair was down and had like almost a bang. I was like,
yeah. He looks emo. Like what's going on with that?
Yeah.
I was like, they definitely got emo thing going on, and he got the crutches. I mean, once you get your penis cut off, he's like, I gotta hop to it. But I thought when one of them said, when the one that was like, I'm looking for a new partner or something, I thought that they were gonna go to Frank. I thought one of them said I thought either Darlene or Ruth was like, we need to find somebody else. And I thought Frank Jr. was gonna come in, and then it must have been Marty, because then Marty went to Ruth, and I was like, there you go. But will Darlene be willing to work with Marty if she knows that it's Marty who's the one that's the customer? Will she be okay with that? Can she put her history aside to be like, this is money? Because she is a very emotional person. What happened to the whole redneck versus hillbilly thing?
Look at that poker face, man. Look at that poker face.
I was like, I'm just saying, like, I remember when that was a whole thing. I was like, I kind of wish we could go back to those days. That kind of cracked me up. Also the gambler. I like how he reminded us that he gave his ex-fiance, a ring of his mom's ashes. Like, she pawned my mother. I was like, what?
But that's disgusting.
She should have took it in the first place, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, but I was like, that shit was hilarious. I was like, I forgot about how crazy that was. He was like, here's a ring, baby. It's my mother. I was like, what kind of Norman Bates shit is this? I was like, oh, bruh.
And then the whole thing with him asking him about the paella, asking Carrie.
I'm triggered by paella.
Really? You don't like it?
No, there was an incident at a restaurant with my friend and paella and the manager, and
wow,
it went crazy. So
this ain't like
it wasn't food poisoning, right?
This ain't like Girl Trip, is it?
No.
I just want to make sure I know
nobody was peeing on people.
I was like,
what? Girl Trip, Jada Pinkett was peeing when she went across.
I meant when old boy came out with the grapefruit wrapped around his dick. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I meant. I did, no, thank you. But yes. Well, what?
Huh?
Grapefruit around your penis?
I think it would be painful too. I think that citrus would get in that hole and.
I don't know, but I mean, if you holler it out, I don't freaking know. I ain't gonna happen in my life.
Tell us more, Dave. Tell us more, David.
I'm like, no, this ain't nothing happening over here, because that's some silly shit. But anyway, anything else about this episode minus penis? Any notes? Any notes?
No, that's all I can say.
All right. So in that case, we'll say thank you guys very much for watching. We'll do episode 5 tomorrow, and then next weekend we'll take care of 6 and 7. So we really get into this great stuff. We don't want to rush it. Stacey watched it, but I'm gonna stay pure, so I don't want to get my notes mixed up. But anyway, if you guys are new, thank you guys for joining us in the chat. We greatly appreciate you, even despite the disconnections. It does happen. Thank you for the like. Yeah. Anyway, so stay with us. So we're about to do Kings of Napa, which is in some more silly drama. Oh man, that's the bullshit. I was like, but